Hey you, let's make a pound cake. First you want to gather all of your ingredients. 3 cups of white sugar, 2 sticks of butter, a half a stick of shortening, 5 eggs, your flour, baking powder, and salt mixed up ahead of time. That's your dry ingredients. Then your pure vanilla extract, 1 cup of milk in a liquid measuring cup, and lemon extract, and also a fresh lemon if you also want to put fresh lemon juice in your cake. I love these Crisco sticks because you can see right on the package where 1/2 a cup is, and you can cut it there and put it in with the butter and sugar. And next we're gonna cream the butter and sugar on a medium speed for 5 minutes until it looks like this, all fluffy and more white than yellow. You want to add your eggs in one at a time. Add an egg, mix it until incorporated. Add another egg, mix it till incorporated. Yes, it takes longer, but it's better for the overall texture and outcome of your cake. You want your cake to be delicious, right? You want people coming back for seconds and to tell you how great your cake is. This is what you need to do. This is also very important. Take your flour mixture, add 1/3 of it, mix until it just incorporated. Then add half of your milk mixture. I mix my extracts, my vanilla extract and my lemon extract, lemon juice, right before I pour it in here so that it's all mixed up and can mix into the cake, mix thoroughly. So half of the milk mixture. Then when that gets incorporated, just incorporated, add another 1/3 of the flour, then add the rest of the milk mixture, then add the flour. So you do start and end with flour. When a recipe says start and end with flour, this is what it means. After you add that last bit of flour and it's just incorporated, I like to kick up the mixer a couple of degrees and let it run for about 10 more seconds to get this rich, creamy, smooth texture that you see coming together with the cake batter. Do you want your cake to come out nice and clean? Grease and flour your bundt pan before adding the batter to it. Now I have my oven set to convection, so it's at 325 degrees, but if you have a regular oven, 350 degrees is fine. And if you know your oven, then you'll know which degrees work best for the cake. But for me, with my oven on convection, 325 degrees for an hour and 15 minutes, and it's perfect. After I take the cake out of the oven, you don't unmold it right away. I like to put it on a wire rack to cool for 15 minutes before I turn it out onto my cake plate. And in the meantime, we can make our glaze. I've recently started mixing my glaze in a measuring cup like this, fill it up to the 2 cups mark, and then add about, to start, 3 tablespoons of milk or cream, and then add whatever amounts of extracts I want. I think I'm doing 2 teaspoons, of lemon, and then 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And you can also add maybe 1 tablespoon of real lemon juice to this glaze if you want it to have a more natural lemon flavor. But I like doing it in this measuring cup because it makes it a lot easy to pour out onto the cake, as you'll see in a minute. As a precaution before turning my cake out onto the cake plate, I like to take a butter knife and release around the edges first, just to give it the best possible outcome and chance of popping out of there clean and not having any stick to the pan, which, if you're a baker or if you're not, is a nightmare. It's very discouraging. So please try this step to help you not have to go through that. And looky here, see, it popped right out. So all those tips and things that we did up to this point was contributing to this moment. The cake popped out clean. There's nothing left in the pan, and you've got a beautiful cake to pour your glaze on and present to your guests or to yourself. Be careful with the consistency of your glaze. I know you can see this is very thick and slow pouring, but this cake is still warm, so I don't want my glaze to just melt all the way to the bottom of the cake. I still want it to stay all over the cake, so I'll make it a little thicker because I know it's kind of gonna melt as I pour it onto the warm cake, so it comes out perfect when everything's all cooled down. It's the perfect mixture of drip and coverage over the whole cake. After you apply the glaze, you can eat the cake right now, but personally, I like to eat my cake when it's fully cooled because the flavors really meld together. The cake doesn't taste like too sweet. You're able to taste all the different notes. The texture isn't as crumbly because it's really like firmer. So I like to eat a cooled pound cake. So if you have the time and the patience, let it cool for at least an hour before serving it. Just my personal preference. All right, let me know in the comments what you would like me to bake next. I'm actually interested to do a cookies and cream pound cake, possibly. So let me know if that's something you would like to see.